Hello, welcome back to Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. I'm James Panton. I'm here to discuss Everton's latest Merseyside derby defeat. Everton have fallen to a 2-0 loss at Anfield. Just another one for the record books, really. Another game where Everton didn't do enough to win, didn't deserve anything from the match. Got our regular dosage of bad luck, but also made plenty ourselves, and yeah, we can't really complain. It's one of them. Obviously, there's emotion to it. You're disappointed. You wanna win these big games. As always, we've been to there umpteen times and put in a very similar shift. Whether we're really crap like we are now, or whether we were one of the sort of 5 or 6 best teams in the country, we were still putting in showings like that at Anfield. So it's one of them. Yeah, quite numb to it, really. You just obviously hope Sean Dyche's able to turn it around, not just at Anfield but at the other big grounds in the country. But yeah, Everton didn't do enough tonight, and it's disappointing because obviously we were doing fine. That we limited Liverpool to practically nothing. We were starting to get a grip of the game. We got a corner swung in by Iwobi. Tarkowski heads it. It looks for all the world like it's dropping in. Hits the post, comes out. McNeil doesn't catch the follow up quite right, and they're able to get the ricochet and break down the other end. And obviously they score. Pickford's all over the gaff. Don't know what Mikalenko's doing. Coleman or Garner Gay have got to bring down the counter-attack, stop at its source, take a book and move on. Just naive from Everton. That's the sort of thing you're not going to see from a Sean Dyche team, I don't think. So I hope it's the last time we see something like that, but it's just typical Everton, isn't it? You know, we're that close to scoring down one end and then we can see down the other. I think for Pickford, it's obviously thinking it's going to go to Gakpo, wants to close that angle quickly. Salah probably sees that, sticks a foot out and it goes in. It's not great from our perspective, from anybody really. As I say, it's unlucky that we don't score. If we take the lead in that game, you think it's going to be very different. But we go a goal down, no need to panic, it's only one goal. Let's just see how we get on. But then in the second half, we get a free kick outside the box, and you're thinking again, this is a good opportunity. But McNeil puts in a ball very similar to what he did against Brighton when we got done on the counter. I know obviously we didn't concede from that free kick, but that's the kind of frustration. We've got into those areas a few times tonight, when the game had gone, when it was still in the balance and everything, and we just didn't make the most of it, and that's one of them. Their second goal comes from not quite a counter-attack, but we did have the ball, and I felt Alex Roby was fouled on the replay. You only see it from that sort of bird's eye view. It looked like a foul to me. I've not seen it back properly, so I could be wrong. Obviously I'd admit that if that was the case, but it looked like a foul. I think if it was the other way and it was 3 of our players converging one of theirs, it probably would have been given. But the ball goes down the other end again. Someone's got to stop the counter, take a booking. I know it's not nice seeing a player get booked in the derby, because if you're down to 10 men, you are knackered. But someone's got to stop it on both occasions, I think, and it didn't happen. And then Christ knows what Cody's doing on the line. I know it's not easy, but first rule of a centre back, you don't let a ball like that go across, especially when the counter attack like that. Their right back gets battered for this every week in terms of not knowing where his man is and the back post and everything. It's super poor from Cody. I thought he was woeful tonight. Wasn't the only one, but I felt someone like him had to step up really, and he didn't do it. I was very disappointed. I say he wasn't the only one, but I thought that was super poor. And then obviously, as we always do, we play a player into form. Gakpo scores and then turned it on a little bit after that. Just typical Everton really, but at 2-0 I think we knew the game was done really. The players showed a bit of fight when Robertson, who, I said to my mate on the WhatsApp that, you love me, he plays for your team, like I'm sure some of my mates do, but you absolutely hate it when he plays for another team because he is insufferable. But they showed a bit of fight then when the game was lost, and that's just typical Everton at Anfield. Showing a bit of fight when we're a goal down, or the game's gone, or we know we're not going to come back, or they're showing fight in stupid scenarios such as when the ball's not in play and we're a couple of goals down, as I say, and it's just kind of trying to do something. But we needed a spark like that when it was 0-0. We needed it when it was 1-0. Really poor. 2 very preventable goals, and as I say, the game's spun on a 15-second period. Super unlucky from us, but you can go a goal down. I know this might sound weird to Everton players, but you can go a goal down and still play the game. It's not like it's golden goals, you know what I mean? So we didn't do enough. We didn't do enough at all. No complaints about the result. As I say, I'd be interested to know whether it was a foul for their second goal, but we should have got back into it at 2-1. Tom Davies has to at least get that on target, but again, I think it's symbolic of Everton. I think the fact that, you know, we didn't earn the luck tonight in terms of their first goal, sorry, and then a player who is just hanging around like a bit of a bad smell at this point, someone who's, you know, been at Anfield numerous times, through umpteen managers, and is still kicking about in our first team. You know, I think everyone's talking about their midfield, but they brought a young lad in who was very good tonight in centre mid, bringing in, you know, won the kid to the past who are nowhere near it, and as I say, are at the end of their Everton careers. It does just stink. But at the end of the day, look, I think the fallout, as it always is when Everton get beat, to be fair, I think particularly today is just way over the top. We've lost, whatever. I think at the end of the day, if you'd said, would you have taken 3 points from Arsenal and Liverpool, I would have guessed which game we'd won, obviously, but absolutely I would have taken that. So we're 3 points ahead of schedule still at this point. If you get beat by Leeds on Saturday, for example, then it's like, well, yeah, we should have at least 3 points at this stage. So the Arsenal result's still brilliant for us, but Saturday's the more important game. I know it might sound mad, but if we'd won tonight and then lost on Saturday, I think we would have stayed in the relegation zone, whereas obviously we went on Saturday, we should be out. So one of them, move on, dust ourselves down, forget about it in terms of the defeat, but remember how the goals happened, learn from them. I'm sure Dyche will do that. We've got more faith of that now, but yeah, as I say, there's no need to rip up the tactic book. There's no need to start all over again. I think if we'd taken the lead in that game, we may well have seen it out, obviously. But we didn't get the luck, and then we didn't earn the luck after that. So it's one of them. As I say, Liverpool deserved winners. As always, there's a few things. I'm not really too sure how Jamie Carragher still commentates on these games, because he can't separate his emotion. When he came on a second half, I know I'm clutching at straws and splitting hairs and that, but when the start of the second half, when he's saying, I hope I don't jinx this, and then reels off some stats for how Liverpool haven't lost a game when they've gone in a half time a goal up, and I'm like, what do you mean you hope you don't jinx it? You're meant to be an impartial commentator. Nice to him putting Leon Osman in, I suppose, as a token gesture, but yeah, the way he talks during these games just really winds me up, because as I say, he clearly doesn't like Everton when they play against Liverpool, and he clearly wants Liverpool to win. The Richarlison thing last year, when Alexander-Arnold gave away that penalty and he couldn't believe he was incandescent with it. It's bizarre how he still. I thought when it was Monday Night Football, I thought there's no way he's going to be on. He'll be in the studio with Neville, thank God. But no, I had to sit through another 90 minutes of that. But whatever, as I say, that didn't change the outcome of the game, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, as I say, final word would just kind of be, no need to overreact. Just go against Saturday, win the game on Saturday, because that's the much more important one in terms of the season. This would have been great for many other reasons, but taking 3 points off someone else who's down there, if they're still managerless as well, that's a massive boost for us. But I'm sure there'll be plenty of previews of that on the channel. So thank you very much for watching. It's been another dreadful derby day, but as I say, learn from it and hopefully get a big 3 points on the weekend. So please make sure you like and subscribe if this is the first video you've seen on the channel, and we'll catch you next time. Thank you.